Tame the Mad Mind. Mind is a bad master and a good slave. Written by Saurabhi Shahi. Narrated by Saurabhi Shahi. Chapter 7. New Feet Gym. Walking into a gym can be frightening and awkward for some, but for me it was not. I was thrilled as I was going to the gym for the first time in my life. I reached the gym. As soon as I entered, I saw people in great shape. I was not at all intimidated by them as they were old members. As I proceeded, I met my trainer. My height and my weight, along with the fat contents, were checked. The trainer suggested me all I needed was to gain muscle, and with proper workout and diet, it can be met very easily. I made him clear by adding, I am a student here for the diploma in fitness and not a regular client. He noted it and started my training accordingly. My workout plans were a mixture of weight training, cardio, and yoga. I got my schedule. I was so excited to take this feat. As it was my first day, I started it light, and after 45 minutes of workout, he allowed me to go home. Before I left for home, I wanted to check the yoga studio. The trainer assisted me and took me on a tour to the fitness center. I saw a room marked as yoga studio. I opened the door and peeped inside to check the interiors. I saw a girl doing some asanas in grey colored tracks and a fuchsia t-shirt. We had an eye contact for a moment and then I took a glance at the room. Before leaving that room, I turned back again and we had eye contact for the second time. By now, my heart started racing. The hormones in my body started playing some game. For me, it was a love at first sight. I, along with my instructor, left that room and soon she followed us. I was now ready to go back home. I headed to the parking and to my surprise, I met her again. She introduced herself as Myra and I introduced myself as Kabeer. I came back from the gym. It was a great day. I didn't do much, still there was a feeling of well-being inside me. I was feeling something different. I was not able to figure it out. What was it? Was that the light training session or Myra that brought this sense of joy? I wondered. It was, of course, Myra. I was in love. There were butterflies in my stomach. I was happy and full of joy. I was feeling excited, and in such an excitement, I headed to my kitchen to make breakfast. It was a weekend, so I decided to serve breakfast to my parents as well. It was nothing special, but an attempt to bond more with my parents. I had a care developed for them in my heart. I still had the guilt of my misbehavior and I wanted to change myself. I started giving tasks to my mind and took work from it as a slave. The breakfast was toast and masala omelette with a cup of piping hot coffee. I arranged it in a tray and headed to my parents' room. The room was empty. I thought they must have gone for the walk. I heard some voice coming from the balcony. To my delight, both of them were sitting here to grab some fresh air. Seeing a big tray in my hand, my mom passed a smile. She realized that it was a treat for them early in the morning. The smile said everything, and I was happy to see such a smile on their faces. After ages, I felt content because it was me who brought this smile on their face this time. I recalled I was on the right path now. I had started finding joys in small things, and losing temper on the petty things were far affairs for me now. I asked my mom to help me by holding the tray for a moment. I got a table and also pulled one more chair lying in the room. The breakfast tray looked mouth-watering and flavorful. Without further delay, we started having it. The air was clean and the chirping of birds added music to the natural ambience. Three of us had breakfast and coffee. After finishing the breakfast, my dad asked me, "How was my first day at gym?" I blushed and replied, "It was very good, Dad." I could sense I was blushing inside and was thinking of Myra. I wrapped up the table as it was sunny now. Mom and Dad headed to do their daily chores, and I came to my room to watch the television. I switched on the TV and some fitness program was going on. I watched it for 5 minutes and then slipped back into the moments in the gym. I started to think about Myra again. Her face was full of innocence and she had a mesmerizing smile. I realized that I had a strong motivation to go to the gym now. Mere thinking of her made my heart race, and I soon gathered myself and brought myself back to senses. It was 12 noon by now. I thought of investing in a nice gym wear, so I headed to the mall. I got ready and joyfully left for the mall. I was singing a tune while driving. Soon I realized I was doing this after 6 months. My mind was fresh and my heart was singing with joy. I could not believe on myself, so I tried to prick on my hands with the car keys to assure it was a joyous moment in reality. I reached the mall and advanced towards the sports outlet. It's been long since I had visited this place. So much had changed in these few months. I couldn't find the store I was looking for. "Excuse me, where is the Tiara Sports showroom?" I asked the guard, who was standing near the elevator. "It's on the third floor, sir," said the guard. I rushed to the third floor, entered the store, and looked for a gym wear. Tried many sets, but selected two very smart looking track suits. These tracks indeed added to my persona. I spent a very long time looking at myself into the mirror inside the trial room. There was a knock on the door, and I realized I was inside since long and was lost in self-admiration. I changed my clothes and came out with the selected ones and headed towards the payment counter. I was busy checking on the price and the offers, if any. I heard someone saying, "How can I help you, sir?" The voice seemed familiar. I looked up and to my surprise, it was Myra. My heart started racing. I froze because of the nervousness. She asked again, "How can I help you, sir?" I kept my shopping bag on the counter and was still reactionless. She said, "It's rupees 5999 after discount." "How would you like to do the payment, sir? By cash or by card?" I gave her my credit card and made the payment. I recognized her, but she failed to recognize me. I took my bag and left the store. While driving back home, I was still thinking of her. I reached home, had lunch with mom and dad, and started planning for the next day. I thought to hit gym at the same time as I did today. I was really eager to see Myra as soon as possible. Soon, I realized that I had a court date and I have to be there as it was important and I cannot afford to miss it. I had to wait for one more day to see her, as I thought I could not match up the timings with her. There was a desperation to see her again and again, and I was sure I was in love. Next day, I marked my appearance in the court and then rushed to the gym. My eyes were looking for her, but today I was late. I couldn't see her. I shifted my focus on my workout. I did my cardio session with my trainer and thought I was done for the day. My trainer now asked me to follow him in the yoga studio. We entered the studio. He now introduced me to my yoga instructor and asked me to start it from today. I agreed to it. Hi, I am Sunidhi, your yoga instructor, said the yoga teacher. I replied, Hi, nice to meet you. I am Kabeer. Get a yoga mat from tomorrow, said Sunidhi. I replied, Yeah, sure. For today, she gave me a spare one. I unrolled the yoga mat and sat on the mat, and she taught me some easy breathing exercises. I closed my eyes as per her instructions and took a deep breath inside and could feel someone had opened the door. I opened my eyes and was amazed to see Myra. She was wearing a bright yellow t-shirt with a pair of black tracks. My heart started racing again, and soon she sat beside me to practice yoga. I controlled my racing heart and did yoga together for 30 minutes. After this session, I left, but she was still in the fitness center. I waited for 5 minutes in the parking area, and here she comes. I gathered courage to say hi. She reciprocated and said hi. I asked her, Do you work in the mall, in the Tiara Fitness Center? And she said yes. Then she recalled we met at the store yesterday. I asked, Is this your usual time for the gym? She said yes. It was a bit late for me, but to match up with her, I decided to come at the same time so that I had her company. I started coming to the gym every day at the same time, and in few weeks we became very good friends. We started liking each other's company. 3 months had passed just in a wink of an eye, and my body started showing some muscle mass. Myra too lost some weight and was looking even more attractive in her toned body. Now we were good friends, and one day I asked her out for a cup of coffee, and she agreed. Sunday was fixed for our coffee date. I was eagerly waiting for Sunday.